just one kind of Russia-related headline this morning, but it now appears that President Trump may be willing to support sanctions on Russia. It does certainly put him in a tough spot if Congress is unyielding in its view that Russia needs to be punished for election meddling, and you've had the president saying maybe Russia, maybe others, no one really knows for sure. There hasn't really been a consistent position there, but we'll know soon.
Yeah, but what's interesting about this is it's both Republicans and Democrats. It's bipartisan and it's bicameral. Both the House and the Senate are both in agreement on all this.
And lawmakers will consider the sanctions package as soon as Tuesday. The bill could be sent to President Trump before the August recess. So the president's going to have to make a decision. And you did have some conflicting messages over the weekend. Sarah Sanders said on ABC's This Week that the administration is supportive of being tough on Russia. And then you had the new communications director, Anthony Scaramucci, telling CNN that you'd have to ask President Trump where he stands. So we're not fully sure.
Yeah. Now, we do know that Jared Kushner is testifying today, and this morning he released a 11-page report on what he's going to say.
And he's going to say, surprising no one, that he did not collude with the Russians, and this is the first time that someone in President Trump's innermost circle, his son-in-law, is going to be questioned. So it reminds us, McGraw, that this investigation, not the special counsel, which he has dismissed as a witch hunt, but the congressional investigation being led by Republicans, is now reaching into the White House, the West Wing, the president's own family. And Jared Kushner released this 11-page letter where he kind of throws Donald Trump Jr. under the bus for the meeting with the Russian lawyer, but insists that he himself has never taken any inappropriate meeting and has not done anything wrong.
Yeah, his brother-in-law, Donald Trump Jr., he goes into quite a bit saying, I had no idea what I was getting into. I was bored, and I tried to get out as soon as I realized it was a bunch of nothing.
Right, and this is the same statement that he plans to read before the Senate Intelligence Committee. He denies any wrongdoing. He said he never sought the spotlight, repeatedly says that he's new to politics when he joins his father-in-law's campaign. And like the way the president tried to portray his eldest son, Jared Kushner almost tries to portray himself as the dupe, that he's a novice at this. He didn't really know. I'm just a kid. How could I understand? I mean, it really belies the notion of the savvy operator that the campaign once tried to portray Jared Kushner as, and the gajillionaire real estate businessman. But he concludes in this letter that he did not collude, nor know of anyone else in the campaign who are colluded with any foreign government. He had no improper contacts, he says, and has not relied on Russian funds to finance his business activities in the private sector.
Yeah. Also saying that he never reached out to Russia. Russia always reached out to him.
And hopefully, he says, we can just put these matters to rest. I'm not sure this 11-page statement's going to do it. But, he said the first thing he can recall regarding Russia was in April of 2016 when President Trump was, a candidate delivering a foreign policy speech. He said everything was his idea. On one hand, he portrays himself as this, really at the side of his father-in-law. And on the other hand, he's like, I'm kind of new at this. So, how could I possibly be expected to even know where Russia is on a map? I mean, I think he wants to have it both ways, which is not necessarily a surprising position. It'll be up to the Senate Intelligence Committee behind closed doors to try and dig in a little bit to see what really he may have known.
Yeah, so it's the Senate Intel Committee today. It's the House tomorrow?
House tomorrow, and we know that Paul Manafort and Donald Trump Jr. have arranged to turn over some documents and be questioned by the committees at a later date. So this is all, and I think the thing to remember is that this is all Congress. These are Republican-led investigations that are trying to get to the bottom of this, and they so it makes it harder, I think, for not only the operatives themselves to ignore it, but also the president can't just dismiss it as a witch hunt when it's people of his own party.
Aaron Katersky, ABC News correspondent. Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks, McGraw.
All right.